Assalamualaikum, hello and good day. Welcome back to the module of the environment of international business. I'm Dr. Chu, the instructor of this module. This is the last video of this module, and in this video, we are going to cover part 2 of the political and legal system environment. So, let's get started. We are still in the same learning objective as in the previous video, but the focus is to identify the types of country risk produced by legal system. Host country can impose variety of legal stipulation on foreign companies doing business there. Why? Because they want to protect their domestic business over foreign companies. This is to give an advantage to the local companies. Anyway, there are 5 types of risk produced by legal system as shown in this slide. We are going to discuss each of them. First, foreign investment law. This law affects the type of entry strategy firms choose, as well as the operations and performance. Many nations impose restriction on inward FDI. For example, in Indonesia, they restrict foreign investment in certain industries, such as tourism, alcoholic beverages, and some chemical manufacturers. This is to protect the country's security or cultural asset. Furthermore, investment in other industry require obtaining special permission from the Indonesia central government. In Japan, they have a large-scale retail store law referred to Daitenhu that restricted foreigners from opening warehouse-style stores such as Walmart. Second, controls on operating forms and practices. Governments impose law and regulation on how firms should conduct production, marketing, and distribution activities within their borders. For example, in China is a huge telecommunication market. However, the government requires foreign investors to seek joint venture with local firms if they wanted to invest in that particular market. Local operations cannot be wholly owned by foreigners. Why? This is to ensure that China maintains control of its telecommunication industry and obtains inward transfer of technology, knowledge, and capital. Next, we have marketing and distribution law. This law determines which practices are allowed in advertising, promotion, and distribution. In Finland, France, and Norway, they prohibited cigarette advertising on television, whereas in Germany, they prohibited comparative advertising, in which one product is promoted as superior to a competing brand. Law on incomes repatriation. MNEs earn profit in various countries since they have many subsidiaries around the world. And typically, they seek ways to transfer this fund and profit back to their home country. However, repatriation restriction limits the amount of net income or dividends that firm can transfer to their home country headquarters. Why? Because the host country aims to preserve hard currency, such as euros, dollars, and Japanese yen. Such constraints usually discourage inward FDI, and they are also commonly in countries experiencing a shortage of hard currency. Last, environmental law. Government enact laws to preserve natural resources, combat pollution, and the abuse of air, earth, and water resources, as well as to ensure health and safety. For example, in Germany, company must follow strict recycling regulation with the burden of recycling placed on manufacturer and distributor. Remember the example of Coca-Cola in Germany, where the supermarket pushed out Coca-Cola in their shelf and replaced with their own brand because they couldn't be bothered to promote or to take care of Coca-Cola recycling regulation. In Mexico, environmental standards are less well enforced purposely. Why? Because they fear that foreign multinational enterprise that investing in their country will reduce the investment due to the hassle of well-developed regulation. Differences in political and legal system environment present both opportunity and risk for international companies. Understanding differences in culture have to be complemented with political and law as the first step for any company that hopes to manage the risk of doing business in unfamiliar international environment. This explains why there are 9 countries that without a single restaurant of McDonald's because McDonald's understand although they can tackle very well in terms of cultural differences, but they cannot tackle the political and legal system environment aspect, which is not favorable for their company. We have come to the end of this module, and I hope that you all have a better understanding of how the environment of international business affects companies in marketing their product, in expanding their business into a totally foreign market. Thank you. Bye.